Let's get real about negative self-talk. Hi, everyone. I'm Anne Ricketts with Lighthouse Communications. And you might know that I am a professional presentation coach. But what you might not know is that I have not always been confident. When I used to present, I would get so red and blotchy and overheated, and I would talk really, really, really fast. But then as I moved into this career, I had to find a way to manage my nerves. It doesn't mean that I don't get nervous now or that the nerves went away completely, but I found a way to manage them. And for me, the most powerful trick is to reframe my mindset, to go from a place of negativity and self-doubt to a more positive and trusting place. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 4 mindset reframes. All right, reframe number 1. Instead of thinking it's about me and what's the audience going to think about me and are they going to judge me, move to it's about the idea. So take yourself out of the picture and try to make that idea as interesting and relevant and compelling as possible. And for me, when I really focus on the idea instead of what people are going to think about me, it's very freeing. Reframe number 2. Instead of thinking about your presentation as a performance that has to be perfect and memorized, instead, think of your presentation as a conversation. In fact, not everything needs to be perfect. If you make a mistake, that's okay. And more importantly, in a conversation, you're making space for your audience, for the other person. You might ask them questions. You're going to pause and let them speak. And if you can do that in a presentation, not only will your audience like your presentation more, they're going to learn more and you'll feel less nervous because instead of a performance, it is in fact a conversation. Reframe number 3. Instead of thinking about an executive or a leader in your audience as, oh, they're executives, remember, they're just people. At the end of the day, they probably have the same self-doubts that you are, and they just want to hear your presentation. They're hoping it's interesting. They're probably hoping that they get a chance to speak. So again, make space and remember, they're just people. Finally, reframe number 4, also my favorite. Instead of thinking, what if, think when. For example, instead of thinking, what if my audience asks me a question I don't know, think, okay, when that happens, I'll figure out what to do. I trust myself. So when I was growing up in high school and college, I was a serious cross-country and track athlete. I was very passionate about the sports. And my coach would always have us visualize the race beforehand. And instead of visualizing the perfect race that, let's be real, maybe happens once a season, he would have us visualize a realistic race where you get a side stitch in mile 2 or your competitor passes you. And he had us visualize working through that side stitch, surging as that competitor tried to pass us. And then in the moment when it happened during the race, it's like we already worked through it and we trusted ourselves that we knew how to work through that moment. So I share that story with you because the next time you're visualizing a presentation, it doesn't have to be perfect, but visualize forgetting your content for a second. You take a breath, you find your place. Again, you get asked that question you don't know, you focus on what you do know, or you ask the audience if they know. Think about those things that you're worried about, visualize yourself working through them. Because the truth is, you do know how to work through it and you can. So there you have it, my 4 mindset reframes from going to a negative place to a more positive one. I want to hear what works for you, so please leave comments below on your favorite reframes and subscribe and like our channel. Thank you so much.